Hey there, Jillian here. If you're new around here, I help photographers like you build client relationships that actually feel good. No weird sales tactics, no fluff. And today, we're diving into something that might seem small, but makes a huge impact on your business, your welcome guide. Trust me, this thing is so much more than a cute PDF. It sets the entire tone for your client experience. Let's walk through how to make yours unforgettable. Some say your first impression as a photographer happens when you snap that first photo. Not true. It's the welcome guide, that chunky PDF or stylish online flipbook landing in your client's inbox that truly sets the tone. I remember nervously signing my first dream client, totally forgetting to guide them through what would happen next. Cue confusion. After 25 plus years and more learned from my mistake moments than I can count, I know a must-have welcome guide is pure gold for both client happiness and your sanity. Let's start with the heart. Crafting a warm welcome that actually feels human. Nobody ever got excited about opening a PDF that starts with "Dear Client." If you want your photography welcome guide to stand out, you've got to ditch the stiff, formal language and start with something that feels, well, human. I always begin my guides with a genuine hello, the kind you'd give a friend you're meeting for coffee. It's a small thing, but it goes a long way. I like to include a photo of me, not just my logo, and a quick fun fact, like my obsession with vintage cameras or the fact that I can never resist a good donut. This isn't just about being quirky, it's about showing clients there's a real person behind the camera. Clients are more likely to trust and feel comfortable with someone they can relate to, even in small ways. I also talk about what makes working with me unique. Maybe it's the way I help families relax by cracking silly jokes, or how I always bring a backup umbrella for surprise rain showers. I love referencing favorite client stories, like the time a toddler photobombed every shot and we ended up with the most memorable family album ever. These little anecdotes don't just entertain. They show clients what to expect and remind them that perfection isn't the goal. Authenticity is. A little humor or a self-deprecating story can melt away nerves. It's amazing how quickly a client relaxes when they realize I'm not expecting them to be flawless models. Most importantly, I make it clear that they're in capable, caring hands. I reassure them that my top priority is making their experience smooth and enjoyable, from our first email to the final gallery delivery. This approach helps foster trust and sets the stage for a lasting connection. Now let's talk about the nuts and bolts, outlining the experience step by step, so there's no guesswork. Nobody likes being left in the dark, especially when it comes to something as personal as a photo session. That's why I'm a huge believer in laying out the entire process for my clients step by step. It's not just about being organized, it's about making sure they feel confident and cared for from start to finish. I break down the journey clearly: how to prep, what happens on session day, what to expect with delivery, and even how to rebook in the future. I also spell out exactly when they'll hear from me, whether it's a prep email, a check-in text, or a gallery delivery update. I include office hours and preferred methods of communication so no one's left wondering when they'll get a reply. Sample timelines are a game changer. I add ones specific to families, branding, and weddings so clients can quickly see how things flow. And I'm super clear about turnaround times, usually 2 to 3 weeks for families, a bit longer for weddings. All of this helps clients relax and enjoy the experience. And let's be real, it keeps things running smoothly for both of us. Next up, real-world prep tips your clients will actually remember. Prepping for a photo session can feel overwhelming, especially for first-timers. That's why I always include practical tips, like coordinating, not matching outfits, suggesting color palettes, and including a visual style guide or Pinterest board for reference. I also share a quick packing list: snacks, water, touch-up makeup, a toy for the toddler, bug spray, sunscreen, little things that really make a difference. And I include parking tips, maps, and what happens if the weather takes a turn. I love including stories here, like the time a toddler melted down, but we ended up with the sweetest candids after snack time, or the barefoot family who forgot shoes but loved how their session turned out. These little slices of life show clients that everything doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. Now let's talk about boundaries, because they matter. One of the most important sections in your welcome guide is the one clients rarely talk about but always appreciate: your policies. Be friendly, be firm, and keep it jargon-free. I clearly explain how I handle reschedules, cancellations, and running late. I share what clients can do with their images and what's off limits. And yes, I make my editing boundaries clear too. I always include my office hours and how I prefer to be contacted. This protects my time and sets expectations without feeling cold or rigid. When you're proactive with policies, you prevent awkward moments later, and your clients feel respected and safe. I wrap things up with FAQs, a checklist, and a little extra magic. FAQs answer the quiet worries no one wants to ask out loud, like, what if my kid has a meltdown? Or, can we bring our dog? I also include a printable prep checklist to help families stay organized and feel ready. I make it super clear how and when to reach me. Email for general questions, text for day of emergencies. I even add a lighthearted what not to do, like DMing me on 5 platforms at once. And I always invite them to ask more questions because there's no such thing as a silly one. To make your guide unforgettable, I suggest adding some wildcards. Include an outtake photo or a session blooper story. Clients love seeing the real moments. Share a mini favorites list, your go-to coffee shop, or a playlist you love before shoots. Toss in a quote or mantra at the end. Add a printable bingo card or a coloring sheet for kids, or even record a short video greeting and include a QR code to it right in the guide. It's those little moments that make your guide and you memorable. And finally, don't feel like you have to build everything from scratch. There are so many great tools out there. I use editable Canva templates that match my branding, and I link my favorites on my site. There are also full toolkits that come with checklists, policy templates, and style guides you can tweak to fit your brand. The most important thing? Make it yours. That's what turns a generic PDF into a guide that actually makes your clients feel excited, supported, and seen. If you made it this far, then I know you're the kind of photographer who cares about your clients. And that right there, that's what sets you apart. So don't let your welcome guide be an afterthought. Let it be a reflection of your passion and your personality. And hey, if you want a shortcut to getting yours done, I've got a Canva welcome guide template ready for you at savvyshutterbug.com. Totally customizable and beginner friendly. You'll also find tons of free resources, course details, and podcast episodes there to help you grow your photography business from the inside out. Thanks for spending time with me today. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep shooting, keep learning, and keep showing up for your clients like the pro you are.